Hello friends, welcome to Rudresh Arthopadyaya YouTube channel. As usual, please like the video, subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, because if you press the bell icon only, you are going to get the new videos notification. Otherwise, you won't be getting. Okay, check it out whether you have pressed the bell icon or not. And today it is a new initiative I'm going to start. I will tell you in a second. So what is the new initiative? And before that, there are two conditions for this class. First one is you have to watch this video continuously till the end. Okay, because otherwise you don't understand the concepts and concept clarities will not come. And second thing is you have to tell me whether because see, I'm teaching in English only. Now I'm posting videos in English because there are many students are also from other states requested me, they are not able to understand Kannada and to teach in English only. So I am simplifying my English and I will be teaching very slow. Okay. So if any problem is there in understanding that, you please let me know. Sir, or else if you request me, sir, we are not able to understand the lessons in English. So if you ask me to do the same in Kannada, I will do that also. Got it? But if you feel comfortable, no problem, sir, we are able to understand, then I will continue with the same thing even in the future. So as I told you, this is a new initiative. Please have a look at here, because you all know how important discussion of MCQs. Here I'm not going to discuss about MCQs which are coming in the test series, because this is a target for 2023 prelims, but I am covering 2022 prelims questions. Because if we solve some of the questions on a regular basis, believe me, 37%, believe me, 37% the concept is going to reflect in the 2023 prelims. Getting the point? Not the same question is going to come by solving these questions, but the same concepts are going to come, because we are not going to restrict. Particularly, I'm not going to restrict the classes only to a certain thing. I'm also going to discuss the class in such a way that we are also covering other aspects of the question. Okay, so this is the motto and this is the idea of today's class. Got it? Okay, so let us don't waste time. Right away go into the question. The first question, very carefully listen. If you are a very serious aspirant, please listen. This video is definitely is going to help you. This you will be telling me in 2023, after 2023 prelims. See, I am not going to cover much questions here. If you think, sir, you are covering 100 questions, no. I will be covering only 2 questions each video. 2 questions. Because I am not simply discussing the question and giving the answer and going. We will be discussing the concepts. Okay, that is the strength of the class. Let me read slowly the question. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. If the inflation, the first statement, if the inflation is too high, the RBI is likely to buy government securities. Listen carefully, I am underlining buy government securities. This is how I have to go through the question. Second, if rupee is rapidly depreciating, again I am going to discuss about the second concept. First concept is what is government security. Second is depreciation. RBI is likely to sell sell dollars in the market. Is it so? We'll check it out. If interest rates, this is a very interesting statement. If interest rates in the USA or European Union were to fall, if interest rate in USA and European Union is going to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. See, in the overall question, if you have a conceptual clarity, it is very easy question. Really easy question. Because if you know when RBI buys dollar, When RBI buys dollar or when RBI sells dollar. Okay, start making an attempt and try finding out the answers, because the first question says if the inflation is too high, the RBI is likely to buy government securities, right? Second, if rupee is rapidly depreciating. Okay, let me solve the first question. It is saying if the inflation is too high, the RBI is likely to buy government securities. What are government securities? Government securities are nothing but piece of papers denominated in the rupees. See, for example, I have written here 25k, 25,000 rupees each bond. It is a piece of paper. Here are banks, here are RBI. Here is RBI actually. RBI, if sells these government securities on behalf of the government of India and the state governments. Listen carefully. If RBI is selling the government securities on behalf of government of India and the state government to the banks. Getting the point? If RBI is selling them, which means RBI gives this paper to banks and RBI collect the rupees. How much rupee? 25,000 rupees. That is 25k. Which means if RBI sell government security to banks and collected the rupees and given this paper, banks will be having less money with them to spend. Understand here. You must know this chart. That is, on top we have RBI, below that we have banks, and below that, see, today I'm going to explain you very important things. Please be patient. And second is banks, and third is the economy. In economy, we are all here. A, B, C, D, E, F, we are all here. If we want money, whom do we ask? We go and ask the banks. Banks are also dependent upon RBI. If the government securities denominating 25,000 rupees are sold to RBI, sold by RBI on behalf of government of India and the state governments. Listen carefully. So banks will have to pay 25,000 rupees and they will buy this paper, which means banks got less money. And if you go and ask bank to provide loan, they will not be giving you loan. So money circulation in the system is decreased. Yes or no? Money circulation in the system, what happens? Decreases. In case, if RBI is buying the government securities from the banks, buying means what? The paper earlier given to banks and now they are taking back the paper. If RBI is buying government securities from the banks, then RBI have to pay the rupee and take the paper. This is just a paper. RBI took the paper and given rupee to banks. If banks got 25k with them, will they simply keep with them without spending? No, they will be giving loan to people. Then what happens to money circulation? Increases. Understood? Let us see now. Let us read the first statement. If the inflation is too high, the RBI is likely to buy. The RBI is likely to buy government securities. If RBI buys government securities, what happens to money circulation? Increases. If RBI buying government securities, money circulation increases. If money circulation increases, is it a right measure to tackle the inflation? Definitely no. When inflation is there, when prices are high, when commodity prices are high, because of money circulation, RBI tries to decrease the money circulation. Right? RBI is not going to increase the money circulation. That is the point. But what the statement says, if inflation is too high, the RBI is likely to buy government securities. This is absolutely wrong statement. Why? During inflation, RBI sells government securities. Listen carefully. If in the top, RBI if in the top RBI selling, buying. Selling means rupee goes out. Wait. I will write in a new sheet. Let me keep it RBI here. RBI can do two things. One is rupee comes, one is rupee goes. How much rupee we have written here? 25,000 rupees each time. Because we are talking only about one government security which is costing 25,000 rupees. Right? RBI, if RBI buys, government securities, the paper will be with whom? Let me write two more. This is paper, this is paper, this is rupee, this is rupee. Now we have to put the arrow mark. If RBI is buying government securities, rupees, let me write banks here. As the statement says, if RBI is buying papers, papers will be with RBI, rupee will be with banks, because RBI is buying the government securities. And government securities will be with RBI and rupee will be with banks. Then banks will give more loans and money circulation increases. During inflation, will RBI do this? Definitely not. Second situation, if RBI sells government securities, papers will be with banks and rupee will be with RBI. That decreases the money circulation. This is the step to control inflation. You got it? This is the step to control the inflation, which means the first statement is absolutely wrong. If first statement is wrong, you can straight away eliminate option A, because first statement is wrong. In statement A is also common, 1 is also common. Eliminate A, eliminate B, sorry, eliminate C and eliminate D. What is rest with? Only B option. That is 2 and 3 only. The strategy we have discussed. Second thing you see, please see, if rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. But that statement is true now. But how true? If rupee is rapidly depreciating, what do you mean by rupee depreciating? Which means rupee against the dollar losing its value. Losing its value. Example, how rupee loses its value. For example, earlier 60 rupees per $1. Now, see, if you are an Indian, if you want to buy $1, you had to spend 60 rupees. This is the first situation. But after the depreciation situation, I will tell you, for buying the same $1 in the second situation, you are paying 70 rupees, which means 10 rupees extra you are paying from your pocket, which means the value of the rupee decreased. Right? This is what the statement says. If rupee is rapidly decreasing, RBI is likely to sell the dollars in the market. What RBI do here if rupee is depreciating? If rupee is depreciating means rupee is being increasing in the system, dollars is being decreasing in the system. Right? Rupee numbers increasing, dollars is decreasing. When rupee flow increases, dollar decreases, RBI will come and they will sell more and more dollars in the market. Right? Why? To avoid further depreciation of the rupee. Otherwise, rupee will go to 80 or rupees 90 also. Imagine, this is a problem. Why? Earlier, you assume 1 liter petrol is $1. 1 liter petrol is $1. Earlier, you used to pay 60 rupees and take 1 liter petrol. Because for 60 rupees, $1 was available. For $1, you used to get 1 liter petrol. But now you have to pay for the same $1, 70 rupees, meaning for 1 liter petrol, you are paying 70 rupees. For the same 1 liter petrol, you are paying 80 rupees and 90 rupees. Don't you think as rupees depreciating, domestically inflation happens? Because if transportation cost increases because of the petrol cost increase and diesel cost increase, don't you think overall other commodity prices would also increases? Absolutely increases. Getting the point? So this is what is the problem, right? So listen carefully now. If rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. Absolutely correct. Why? Because rupee is depreciating 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90 for the same $1. For the same $1. To avoid 80 and 90, RBI will increase the flow of dollars. If dollars increases, in the system, getting the point, then people or the traders will not go to the international market and buy the dollars. Then the pressure on Indian rupees will decreases. Right? See, you understand this much for the question, because I'm limiting the information only to the question. If you want more information, let me know in the comment sections. I will separately take this topic and discuss. Got it? That is depreciation of rupee, how the value will be determined, etc., etc. Here the second statement is absolutely correct. Got it? Now let us move on to the third statement. If interest rates in the USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to reduce RBI to buy dollars. Okay. We understood a bit, but we'll see what exactly it is. Let me explain here. Listen carefully. I will go through the question. If interest rates in the USA, meaning USA banks will increase the interest rate. If USA banks increases the interest rate, and if European Union, which means Western countries, increases the interest rate in their country, European banks, USA banks increases the interest rate in their country, what happens? If interest rate decreases, what happens? If you know this information, it is very easy to tackle this statement. If interest rate in the USA or European Union were to fall, if they fall, that is likely to make the RBI to buy dollars. Getting the point? How? We'll see here. See, assume that you are in USA and here is in India. If let me see about if USA increases the interest rate, what happens? If interest rate increased by USA's Federal Reserve and other banks, which means Federal Reserve increases means their central bank increases the interest rate, all other banks would also increase the interest rate. Quite common. As RBI do here, if RBI increases the interest rate, other banks will also increase the interest rate. Same way. USA, see, there is a person called A who is an investor. He invests in USA. He invests in India also. He has taken, assume that, listen, he has taken 100 rupees of loan from USA's bank. Out of 100 rupees, he has invested 100 rupees in India. Let us assume that he has invested 100 rupees in India. And for that investment, he is earning 12 rupees in return. For you to understand, I'm taking only rupee. I'm not messing up with dollar. Understand? He has taken 100 rupees loan from USA bank and invested in India, and he is earning an interest rate of 12 rupees. So profit, which means his total earning will be 112 rupees. Clear? In case USA's banks announced increase in interest rate, listen carefully, because person A took 100 rupees loan from the bank and then invested. He has not invested his own money. He has taken a loan from USA bank and invested in India. For the loan he has taken from USA bank, he is paying 10 rupees interest to USA bank. Getting the point? There is a bank called Z in USA. They said, person A, you take 100 rupees loan, but pay me 10 rupees of interest. Correct? So person A took 100 rupees and invested in India and making a profit of 112 rupees. But all the 112 rupees, which means all the 12 rupees is his profit? No. Why? Because out of the 12 rupees he earn, 10 rupees he will pay to USA Bank as an interest, and remaining 2 rupees is his profit. Assume that suddenly USA Bank increased the interest rate. As the USA Bank increased the interest rate from 10 rupees to 12 rupees, listen carefully. Person A is took earlier loan for 10 rupees, 10 rupees interest rate. Now he is going to pay 12 rupees of interest. He will be paying 12 rupees of interest for 100 rupees borrowing, and he is also earning the same amount, that is 12 rupees only. India is paying him 12 rupees. He has taken the loan for 12 rupees. Is he really making profit? No. Why? Because USA has increased the interest rate. If you are person A, what will you do? If I am person A, what I will do, I will tell you. I will withdraw the investment from India and pay back USA Bank. I will withdraw my 100 rupees investment in India and pay back to USA Bank, and I will simply keep quiet. Getting the point? My investment from India, I withdraw money and I invested back, no, withdraw money and paid my loan back to USA Bank. Why? Because USA Bank loan was costly for me. I was making zero profit. Because the additional charges and extra, etc., were going from my pocket only, which means it is not profitable for me. Then investment from India going back to USA when USA increases the interest rate. Getting the point? This is a difficult concept you have to carefully understand. Whenever USA, listen carefully, whenever USA increases the interest rate, capital flight happens, which means investment from India goes back to USA. Why? Because investing in India is not profitable to person A, because he is earning 12 rupees from India and paying 12 rupees to USA. His profit is zero. Whenever USA increases interest rate, the loan becomes costly for the USA investors. They start withdrawing their investment from India and they will pay their loans back. This is what is called capital flight. It is called capital flight. Capital flight, which means investment from India going back to Western countries or USA in this example. Whenever investment is going back, it means dollar is going back. Listen carefully. Dollar is going back. If dollar is going back, we need dollars to buy oil and other commodities. We need dollar to buy oil and other commodities. Getting the point? When dollar is not available because all the investors invested in India, they are withdrawing. Dollar is exhausted. Whenever dollar is exhausted, what RBI do here? RBI will sell, because RBI got 650 billion with them. They got in their exchequer, they have stored 650 billion. That money they will flush into the market. Getting the point? Whenever dollar is going back, we need dollars to buy oil. Right? We need dollars to buy oil, meaning what? Always government is not buying. In India, there are A, there are B, there are C, there are D. These are all the private players. I am also buying oil. I am also buying some earphone from European country. European country ask me to buy earphone. You pay me dollar. I need dollar. If you want to buy a laptop from imported laptop from Europe, you need to pay in dollars. We all need dollars. RBI is not only buying things. Government is not only buying things. We are also buying things. Whom do we go and ask dollars? We will go and ask the market. Who are in the market? The foreign exchange market people. If they don't have dollars, what will happen? Dollar number decreases, rupee number increases, and rupee value decreases. Value of dollar increases because demand for dollar increases. Demand for rupee decreases. Then value of rupee decreases. Getting the point? So this is a situation. If this is a situation, if interest rate increased, this is going to happen. Think about the reverse case. See, if interest rate increased, dollar going back to USA, dollar number decreases in India. Then to increase the dollar number, RBI sells the dollar. Correct? Understood? In case if interest rate is decreasing, if USA decreases the interest rate, what happens? A reverse happens. Simply reverse happens. If interest rate decreases, the person A will get a cheaper loan from banks, because now it is not 10 rupee, he will be getting for 8 rupee. So what A will do? A will run away and come to India, and he will invest in India. Why? Because as he invests in India, he is going to earn 12 rupees. Taking loan from USA for 8 rupees, and investing in India for 12 rupees and making a profit of 4 rupees. Then what happens to dollar to India? Dollar will start coming in more and more and more. See, too much dollar comes into India. Whenever too much dollar comes, rupee will appreciate. Not depreciate. Rupee will appreciate. Which means rupee from 80 rupees will come to 70 to come to 60. If it is come to like this, Indian exports will decrease. You may be wondering, sir, let it come, sir. Earlier it was 80. Let it come to 70. Let it come to 60. Let it come to 50. If it is appreciate like this, means the value of rupee increases like this, it is not good for Indian exports. That is the reason the excess dollar in the market will be sucked back or will be absorbed back by RBI, which means RBI buys the dollar from the market. RBI buys the dollar from the market. Getting the point? So if 80 to 70, 70 to 60, 60 to 50, if it happens, think about, I'll give an example. If you are a USA citizen, see for example, you are X, you are a USA citizen, you are buying goods from India. Whenever earlier you are buying, you are paying $1 and you used to get 80 rupees. Which means you used to get 8 chocolates by spending $1. You are a USA citizen. Now, due to appreciation of rupee, if you are spending $1 to buy commodities from India, you are getting only 50 rupees in return. Pen is not properly working. The 50 rupees, you are getting only 50 rupees. Earlier, you are getting 80 rupees and you are getting 8 chocolates, 10 rupees each chocolate from India. You used to import 8 chocolates from India. Now, at presently, you are getting only 50 rupees because more dollar is in the Indian economy, more dollar is flushed into Indian economy. That is the reason rupee appreciated. Now, by spending $1, you are going to get only 50 rupees, which means you are getting only 5 chocolate. If USA people buying 8 chocolate, export from India increases because USA citizen think of buying more and more chocolate. Because Indian chocolates are so cheaper. Because by spending $1, he is getting 8 chocolate. But when rupee appreciates, by spending $1, he is getting only 5 chocolates. Getting the point? What happens to export from India? Decreases. Because import from USA decreases, which means export from India decreases. That is the reason, to avoid a decrease in exports, RBI buy the excess dollar. RBI buys the excess dollar in the market. Got it? Now read the statement. If interest rates in the USA or European Union were to fall, if interest rate is falling, meaning what? India is getting more dollars. India is getting more and more dollars. If more and more dollars are coming in, export decreases. To avoid export decrease, RBI buy the excess dollar from the Indian market and make the rupee devalued or balanced. Got it? If interest rate in the USA and European Union falls, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Of course. So second, third statement is also absolutely correct. Got it? This is a very, very difficult, concept. I tried, because for single question, nobody will discuss this much. But I tried to explain you this much, because you don't know any basics. Assuming that you don't know any basic, because you don't know how dollar works, how rupee works. Without knowing that, I tried my maximum to make you understand, right? If you understood, that is well and good. If you face any difficulty in understanding, please let me know. Clear? And listen carefully. This is a very serious initiative I'm taking. And as I told you earlier, because there is no profit for me in doing this. Why I'm doing this? Just to help some of the students. It may be few of them are in rural places, they are not able to access the facilities, and because today internet is there to serve everybody. So let us capitalize this. This is the main idea. Okay, I think the first question discussion, only because of more concepts, took a lot of time. Listen, if you like this, if you want me to continue this initiative, okay, you have to like the video, and at least it should reach 500 views. Listen carefully. If it reaches, I'm not demanding in the sense, because it is not a ransom. YouTube is not going to pay me anything for 500 views. It is zero. It is a zero income. Actually, you don't know the technicalities. If it reaches 500 views, then only I will continue this series, right? This will definitely help you for your prelims. You will be knowing this by this time. If it reaches 500 views, I will continue the series. It is your duty to make it to reach 500 views by sharing to many people. Getting the point? Whatever related to this entire video, you let me know in the comment section, or obviously you got my phone numbers also. You please let me know through that. Clear? So, and also I'm going to stop the session here, because one question only, I think it took more time. Second question about G20, that I will discuss tomorrow and I will post it. Okay. So thank you so much for your time, and if you have any queries, and you can just tell me in the comment section, or else you just WhatsApp me. Thank you so much. Signing off. Bye bye.